When the Pride Lands stood on the edge of war and old enemies rose to challenge the throne, one lion was missing from the story. He was born to the same legacy as Kiara and carried a power greater than Scar's. But where was he when the Pride Lands faced one of its greatest threats? To clearly understand where Kion was during The Lion King 2, we first need to look at the timeline. Kion is the second-born cub of Simba and Nala and the younger brother of Kiara. While Kiara is raised to one day become queen, Kion is born into a very different role. According to the lion legend, the second-born of the royal family is chosen to lead the Lion Guard, an elite team of animals, sworn to protect the Circle of Life and defend the Pride Lands, but only if they prove themselves worthy. Kion is just a playful cub, more interested in having fun with his friends than thinking about the throne and future. But everything changes when he discovers the Roar of the Elders, a mystical gift passed down from the lions of the past. With it, Kion gains the ability to summon the voices and power of ancient kings. And the moment he unlocks the Roar, Kion is chosen as the new leader of the Lion Guard. But the timing is important. In The Lion King 2, we see Kiara as a young cub just beginning her journey. And since Kion is her younger brother, it's very likely that he hadn't even been born yet, or was far too young to be involved in anything important when the movie begins. That explains his absence in the beginning of the movie, but what about the rest of the story? Now, as the Lion Guard progresses, Kion faces a much bigger threat, and very few in the Pride Lands know about it. Scar, the former evil king, has returned as a fiery spirit. Reborn through dark magic, he's ready to take back the Pride Lands Kion, and his team step up to stop him. But during their final battle inside a volcano, Scar's plan takes a dangerous turn when Kion is bitten by Ushari, a venomous cobra who sides with Scar. He sinks his fangs into Kion's face, leaving a brutal scar across his eye. But it's more than just a mark. It's a wound laced with venom, and that venom begins to spread inside Kion's body. Slowly, his sense of judgment fades and he becomes more impulsive, and the roar that was once guided by his heart starts responding to his rage instead. But Kion isn't the only one hurt in the battle. Ono, the guard's sharpest eyes, damages his vision while diving into the volcano to save Kion's best friend Bunga from falling into the lava. He succeeds, but his eyesight is never the same, with both Kion and Ono hurt. The roar becomes unstable, so the team seeks out Rafiki for help, and Rafiki gives them a single clear answer: you must go to the Tree of Life. It's a sacred place far beyond the Pride Lands where healing is possible through patience, strength, and self-discovery. And so the Lion Guard sets off, leaving behind their home, their family, and unknowingly, the Pride Lands at the edge of another war. The journey to the Tree of Life is long and transformative, but it was Kion's only hope. As the Lion Guard travels beyond the Pride Lands, they face harsh terrains, fierce enemies, and unfamiliar lands, but they also make allies along the way. It's here that Kion meets Rani, a strong and thoughtful lioness who rules the Tree of Life. She doesn't trust Kion at first, but over time they grow close. Near the Tree of Life, Kion is guided by the spirit of Askari, the very first leader of the Lion Guard. Under Rani's guidance, and with the help of the spirit of Askari, Kion learns that the roar is not just a weapon. It amplifies whatever is already inside the one who holds it. Rage makes it dangerous, and doubt makes it unstable. But only the balance of emotions can unlock its full potential. But healing like this doesn't happen overnight. With venom still lingering in Kion's body, it takes time of weeks or maybe months, and while Kion works to restore himself, something else is happening back home, something he'll never see. Back in the Pride Lands, the story we already know is unfolding. Kiara is now a young lioness and begins to venture beyond the safety of her home. That's when she meets Kovu. Kovu was handpicked by Zira, Scar's most devoted follower, to one day overthrow Simba and restore Scar's legacy. To Zira, this was a prophecy, a second chance to reclaim everything Scar had lost. But fate, as always, had other plans. Kiara and Kovu's bond grows in secret. Love changes them both. They begin to see a future where hate doesn't have to be inherited, where the scars of the past don't define the next generation. What starts as a mission to destroy Simba becomes a chance to end the hatred between the two divided prides. But Zira refuses to let go of the past. Blinded by her loyalty to a dead king, she launches a full assault on the Pride Lands with an army of exiled lions charged against Simba. And in one final clash on the edge of a cliff, the war reaches its climax. We all know how it ends. Kovu stands with Kiara, the prides unite, Zira falls to her death, and with her gone, a new era of healing begins. But through all of this, Kion is nowhere to be seen, because while Kiara and Kovu are bringing peace to the Pride Lands, Kion is thousands of miles away, learning how to control the very power that once threatened to destroy him, and when he finally returns, it's already over. When Kion finally returned to the Pride Lands, everything had changed. The battle with Zira was over, and the peace had been restored. Kiara and Kovu had united the Prides, and Simba's reign was stronger than ever. But that wasn't the only surprise waiting for Kion. In his absence, Vitani, Kovu's younger sister, had formed a new Lion Guard. Because with Kion gone, the Pride Lands still needed protection, and Vitani stepped forward to take the new role. She trained them herself, led them into real danger, and slowly earned the respect of the Pride Landers. Now, for the first time in history, there were 2 Lion Guards and only one could remain. So, a challenge was set to decide which team would protect the Circle of Life. They competed fiercely. They tested each other's strength, loyalty, and every quality a Lion Guard needed. But when the moment of truth came, Kion chose to see something deeper than power. Vitani didn't have the roar, but she didn't need it. She had the heart of a true leader. And that's when Kion remembered Ascari's final lesson. She said, "The one who doesn't need the roar to lead is the one who has truly mastered it." So Kion did something no leader before him had done. He passed on the Lion Guard to Vitani and gave up the roar. When Ascari saw that Kion had truly mastered the roar by knowing when to let it go, she returned him the roar as a final gift, and with his journey complete, Kion and his guard returned to the Tree of Life. There, he stepped into a new role as the king, ruling the Tree of Life alongside Queen Rani. His time back in the Pride Lands was brief because his story had taken a different path that the movie never followed. Maybe that's why we never saw him in The Lion King 2, because his destiny took him far away from the Pride Lands to a kingdom of his own. But what do you think, was Kion's absence justified? Or would you have wanted to see him fight alongside Kiara and Kovu? Drop your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this peek into the Lion Guard lore, hit that like button, subscribe for more stories from the Pride Lands, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a roar. Thanks for watching!